Well, that didn't go as planned. It's down, but I did a number on my dipping trough. Well, welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. Today was the day that I had to take at this dipping trough. As you can see, I've got it about half disassembled. I had to take the top rails off, take out half a dozen or 3 or 4 of the blocks that I put in the bottom. Took out all the staples. Let's pull this back here so you can see what I had to do. This middle section was pretty much shot, as you can see in the pile of debris. So what I did is I had to rebuild a couple of the brackets, actually 3 of them. The 2 right here were pretty much gone, broken up. You can see there's debris here everywhere. And I added an extra one in, so for some extra support right here. There was originally one just right here, and so I added one at about 28 inches. It's kind of split the difference. Then I had to put in, cut out a section of this board here that was broken up really badly where the tree landed on it. I didn't have any wide boards that I could readily access. They're all under big piles over there and on the bottom of this stuff what I've planed. So I just grabbed a couple of my straps, put those in. I did grab a 12-foot board, about a 5-inch board, cut it, and then I ripped a strap down. When I originally built that, I was using 16-foot lumber that I had. I was cutting a lot of big trees at the time, and so I had pretty wide boards. So I've kind of patched this in. It's back to, it's strong enough to do what it needs to do. And I was just getting ready to put the plastic back in. I think that the plastic didn't get punctured too badly, at least not down in the trough area, maybe up closer to the top. And that's what I got some, I've got a bunch of zip tape. So I'm going to see if I can't pull this back in and get this back into place. So I will bring you along for a little bit of that. Let me just get you set up. Now, the good thing about this plastic, it's 3-ply. Yeah, got the holes all patched, got the little cleats in the bottom. That's just to keep the wood up off of when I'm dipping, so I can get my fingers underneath of it, lift it back out. Well, I think the repair is complete. It's about a 3-hour job. I'm just going to get it leveled here, or I put a little bit of a slope down it so I can dip smaller stuff. I can have more of my dipping material down at the end, don't have to put so much in. But I'm going to get this all back up on its blocks a little better. As you can see, there's cement block and brick underneath of it. And I'm going to bring out some of my old dip. I think I'm going to have to reheat some of it, so I'll give you, I'll come back in a bit when I get some of that ready to go. Well, it's later in the day. We got a major rainstorm here. I got soaked. So I covered this up, but I had just emptied. I had two 35-gallon drums here, about half full, maybe half to 2/3 full of chemical from last fall when I was dipping. And I also had 3 or 4 5-gallon buckets. And so I dumped those into the dipping trough. Now it's tilted to the end, down to that end, so I'll dip on this end where it's a little deeper. I level it up a little more when I'm dipping bigger stuff. But I have 2 pails here that I had to heat up. I got my cauldron going and got some water, a little bit of water, a little bit of the chemical. What happens is when you leave that timbor sitting for a long period of time, it'll crystallize and form a kind of like a film in the bottom. It can be ½ inch deep, a crust, you know, in the bottom of your buckets. In those big buckets, there was probably a 3/8 of an inch, which means the borax and the active chemical has, you know, I don't know what the technical term is, but it's come out of the liquid and crystallized. So in order to get the full effect of the timbor, hopefully I didn't do anything wrong here, I heated up a little bit of the chemical and put a little bit more water with it and just mixed the reactivated all of the scaly stuff, you know, that kind of looks like ice, but all of the crystals, and I'm just going to dump them in this end. So tomorrow, Lord willing, I will start dipping my boards. I decided not to plane these boards right now because in the middle of the pile, I mean, I just got done milling these last week, some of the stuff, and it was, you know, 25% moisture, and until it gets down to below 15% or more, I really don't want to be planing it. So I'm going to dump this in, and I've got to head home, but this will all be ready, and hopefully this will mix in the night, kind of dissolve in with the rest of the chemical. You can see the yellowishness of it is the color you get when you put the antifreeze in it. So anyway, that's the repair of my dipping trough. I am ready to go. It's been a day I've dreaded but needed to do, and so now I'm ready to take at it again. As soon as I get this pile of boards out of the way, I'm going to mill that log there and get it out of the way. I finally got some Ripper 37 7-degree blades, so I'll let you know how they work on this oak. They say they're supposed to be great. Also, I moved one of my piles, the supports and everything over here. I'm going to start stacking up here on the side hill, away from where we're going to be digging the basement. So first pile will be boards. I wanted to keep this area open as much as possible because I want to put the fill from the basement out here. One step closer, one day closer. So as always, I appreciate you joining with me today, and if you would, please like and subscribe, and until next time, as always, you have a great day.